All right, so let's try it again. So we're making guacamole today, and as you can see, I got my ingredients laid out here. I've got my garlic. I'm going to be chopping that. Two serrano peppers, a huge jalapeno pepper that I found at the market, and I've started chopping some cilantro. And what I like to do is just chop it up real nice. I just bunch it up after I wash it, of course, and just start chop it real thin. And I've already chopped through this, so I'm just going through it kind of quickly because I've already given it one good chop. And so I'm just going through for demonstration purposes only of how I actually cut it. So go through, cut it, and then I pop it in this here Ninja. I've already got my onions chopped, so I won't have to chop those. And then I've also got my lime here, and I might add another lime as well. And of course, the main ingredient, the avocados. So I'm just going to take it and pop this in here, and just stuff that all in there, like so, and try to do it as neatly as possible. So I don't have much of a mess to clean up, and so that I don't get cussed out by the missus for leaving a mess. All right. Just stuff that in there like so. And then I'll move on to cutting up some peppers. And I like to just cut the ends off first. And leave me with the parts that I'm actually going to use. And I keep a small bag here just for all of the parts that I'm going to discard. And that noise you're hearing is just me fumbling around with some dishes I left on the stove there. All right, so I'm just go ahead and just cut these up. So I just cut these into slices. Just start cutting the jalapeno into slices. It's gonna all get chopped up anyway in the Ninja, so it doesn't have to be perfect slices or anything. Just chop it up enough so that it actually fits down in here. That's pretty much it. All right, so then from there, chopping the serrano peppers, do the same thing I did with the jalapeno, just chop it into slices small enough to fit down in there. Give it an added bit of spice, and the serrano peppers are quite a bit spicier than the jalapeno. And I really didn't need the jalapeno, but I got such a great deal on them that I thought I'd use them because I bought a lot of them. Bought a huge bag of them. It was about three pounds. I normally only just buy a few jalapenos to use throughout the week. But that's what I got right now. So I'll go ahead and add in some onions. Right. And what I like to do at this point is you can see that my tiny little Ninja here is starting to fill up already before I've even added the guacamole. So what I'll do is I'll pop the top on and give it a whirl just to chop those ingredients down. Just a few pulses and chop those ingredients down in there so that I have room for more ingredients. All right, and I'll be right back. I'm going to go and wash off my cutting board. All right, and we're back. Right. So next I'm going to go ahead and chop the garlic. Well, actually, I'm going to just peel the garlic and let the ninja do the chopping. If you guys got an easier way of peeling garlic, please let me know. A lot of times I won't even add the garlic, even though I like it. I just won't even add it just because the peel is just so tedious. Such a tedious process to take the peel off. And it doesn't always come off perfect. This one was actually pretty good, but it doesn't always come off perfect and smooth. And when it does, that's great. But then not all the time does that happen. Just getting all of that little peel off of there. Little pieces everywhere stuck to my hand, and sometimes it gets sticky. So makes my hand get sticky. But this time it seems like it's going okay. So that's just the best way. So I know how to do it is just to peel it off layer by layer as it comes off. All right. That goes there. That goes there. All right, and then my last piece, garlic. I'm gonna add in for a total of 3 cloves of garlic. All right, so there we go on that. And now it's time to go ahead and add in the avocados. Now, I like the avocados to look just like this. I think of them the same way I think of bananas. When they start to kind of turn from green to more of a darkish, purplish, blackish color, that's usually when I go for them. And I always take off the top, take the pit, or whatever you call it, the stem, take the stem out. And what I like to see is I like to see that they're still green. Now, if that's anything other than green, then this might be an indicator that this avocado is going bad, but that's still green, so it looks like we're good to go. And I just slice right down the middle. And you know, we got that pit down in the middle, so you have to rotate it as you go around and cut around that pit, and I'll show you here what that looks like. All right, so that's why you slice around it, and then you open it up, and there's the pit right there. Now what I do is I just take a spoon. Just take a spoon, and I'm going to just insert it right down in there, and just cut around the edge and remove the skin, discard the skin. And I always cut off the top little piece where the pit was. Just something I do. I don't know if you have to do that or not, if you want to, but I do it. Then I just cut it up with the spoon, of course. And this looks really good. I look for it to be green and yellow. So yellowish on the inside and green on the outside of it. And so this looks really good. So I'm going to go ahead and take those slices and pop those in there. Chop it up. Same thing over here. Well, that didn't work, but I seen that trick on another cooking channel, and it normally pops the pit out, but it doesn't work for me all the time. So I just use a spoon, pop that out, like so. Throw that away. right? And then I do the same thing here as I just go in, put that on the edge and peel away the skin. And pop it out, peel it like so. Same thing, just start chopping it up with a spoon into chunks, and you don't necessarily have to chop it up into little chunks. I just chop it up just so it'll fit in the Ninja. Now if you have something that's larger than this Ninja that you're going to be using to blend the ingredients, then you won't have to chop it up much at all. Alright, so get those good ingredients in there. Alright, so this is the point where I started adding in some of my spices and some of the seasonings to it. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. And one thing I like to do is add in a little bit of salt. If you don't add salt, it's not gonna taste right. It's gonna have a very bland taste to it. All right, same thing here. So add a little bit of salt first and some lime. And I cut off some of the little strings that you got there. I don't know that they're called strings, but that's what I call them because they look like little strings hanging off. So I cut those and put that in there. All right, avocado number 2. Go ahead and cut him and get him ready. Of course, doing the same thing, just rotating, cutting him and pop it open. Set that one to the side. And then once again, we're just cutting out the meat. Of course, not literally speaking. We don't do meat around here. All right, same deal. Just add that on top of the other avocado that had the lime juice already added. And the salt. Oh, shoot. All right. All right, and then for this Ninja, I just press all of that down in there just to make sure it gets in there close to those blades, because the blades only sit at a certain height, probably about right around here. So I want to make sure that it gets blended in very well. So I kind of press it down a bit to make sure that it's getting in range of those blades. All right. So let's try this method again. Oh, it worked that time. Nice. Okay. All right, just discard the pit. And do the same thing I did with the other half. Just carve and pop it out like so. Add in all of those ingredients. All right, got that part done without making too much of a mess. Oh, that's a good thing. right? Add a little bit of salt. Make sure not to overdo it. And let me see, what else do I see on the rack that I want to add? All right, so if you want to sneak a little bit of that in there. That's see if you guys can read that. This cayenne pepper. Even though this is already going to be spicy, just add a little extra spice to it, just a little bit. Just a little bit. You don't need much. I don't like the flavor of the cayenne pepper being overpowering. All right, so at this point, we're ready to go ahead and blend our ingredients together. And I'm gonna just press that avocado down in there just to make sure it's coming in contact with those blades. Up the top, and I start out with a few posts just to let the ingredients fall down in there a bit, and then start to kick it up a notch. And as you can see the ingredients starting to blend together nicely. And I'll bring that over here so you can see what's going on. You can see the whirlwind going around. You can see where it's most affected. You can see it kind of dropping a bit. You can see it dropping down a bit. All right. So now time for a small taste test. Yeah. Yeah, it's good. Tastes very good. Let me see, what is it missing? Nothing really. I'm gonna leave it like that. Anything I need to add? No, I think I like it. It's good. Very good. I might blend it up just a little bit more. Just to make sure I chop down all of those ingredients in there and get a good mix. All right. As you can see, it's now well blended, and I'll just show you guys what we're looking at. That's it right there. Just hit the small little taste test. And it's right where I want it to be. Now at this point, if you taste it and for some reason you made yours and you don't like it, all you do is just go in and add more ingredients. Let's say you wanted to add more lime. I was thinking of adding more lime, but I actually like where this one came out with only the half of lime. Sometimes you may need to add more salt, especially if it's your first couple of times making it. You might not know exactly how much salt to put in. Just keep trying different amounts of salt until you get it to where you want it to be. Also, if you want to add more ingredients, have you some extra chopped onion, maybe some extra cilantro on the side, just to make sure you're able to get it to the consistency that you want. Maybe an extra avocado, which I do have some extra avocado. So if this wasn't enough for me, this is going to be enough for me to make a small bowl of dip. And that's about it. All right, I'd like to thank you all for joining me. So I'm gonna go ahead and pour my dip in there now, and that's it. Later. Be sure to subscribe and check in Like down below if you like these videos. If you want to see more of these videos, leave a comment below and check us out. Keep your eye out for my page. Keep listening, keep looking, keep watching. Like and share and subscribe. Bye.